Welcome, everybody, to the Jordy Mack Show, brought to you by MaxLawns.com. For all your lawn maintenance needs, check out MaxLawns.com. You can now book your early bird spring cleanup in Sherwood Park and Strathcona County, along with Fort Saskatchewan, at MaxLawns.com. Also, be on the lookout for the Max Lawn service truck. If you see it on the roads, we have a QR code on there now, so you can scan it, get a quote, and it will go right to our website. We're going to be doing a little NFL preview episode today. No Shawnzy today, sadly, but we do have our NFL specialist, Mr. Josh LaPointe, aka Beefnips. What's going on, Beefnips?
What's going on, Jordy Mack? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great. We get you on usually once a year, maybe twice a year here. So, are you ready to run us through some NFL talk?
Yeah, let's jump into this.
Yeah. Okay, let's start off.
Before we get
here.
into playoffs, do you want to talk about coaching changes lately?
Yeah, let's do that.
There's quite a few teams looking for new coaches here. We got 6 total: Raiders, the Jaguars, Bears, Patriots, Saints, and Jets. If you were a head coach, what team would you want to go to out of those 6?
Man, well, I don't know, because myself, I would say the Bears, because I used to like the Bears. They're a team that they have a brand new stud quarterback, young guy, Caleb Williams. I'm correct by saying that, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I would say that, but also the Jaguars, to be honest, because
Nice
they
Florida
have,
weather.
yeah, Florida weather. Plus, they have so much up and coming talent. They have Trevor Lawrence; he's a stud. I don't know. I'd say the Jaguars, in my opinion.
Definitely one of those two. I think you nailed it. The Bears they have so much depth, so many options as wide receiver, and like you said, they're on the up. And then an interesting one, the boys on ESP were talking about today. The Raiders and Tom Brady being part owner are talking to Bill Belichick potentially, getting the old
Ooh,
man to leave UNC before the
already.
season even begins.
Yeah, he just joined you and North Carolina. Yeah,
Yep.
this year.
So that'd be something I'd be interested to see if he jumps back to the NFL or not.
Really don't think it will happen yet until his contract expires, or if he at least coaches 3 years there, in my opinion.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
You want to jump into the playoff matchups here?
Yeah, let's jump right in.
Okay. Well, you want me to introduce them, or you can go through them here?
Um, I will introduce them. We have it in our list. Okay. Let's start with Saturday. It's going to be the home team Houston Texans versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Thank God it's not in LA. There's forest fires there, so um, our prayers from the Jordy Mack Show to all the people that are out in LA. If there's any of you listening, or if you have any family members, or if you're planning on traveling there, just it's not good. Just stay safe. If you're in LA, please evacuate. It's not going to be good. There's been sports game getting postponed, and sports games don't get postponed unless something really bad is happening. And unfortunately, this is a very bad situation. So, let's just get back to the episode here.
Who
Yeah,
you go with now? And Chargers are 3-point favorites.
yeah, the 3-point favorites. If I'm correct, my prediction was Houston. I don't know. I just think Houston has a lot of good depth. I am sad to bet against my guy Khalil Mack, but I don't know. I'll take Houston here.
I think I'm going Chargers on this one. Jim Harbaugh-led team. The Tank Dell injury is going to be big for Houston. They're very limited at wide receiver. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the Chargers finally get a playoff win here.
I don't know. I think C.J. Stroud is going to be an X factor in this game.
He very well could be, but time will tell.
Yeah. Okay, let's get on to the next game here. The home team, Baltimore Ravens, versus the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. The Ravens are the 9.5 point favorites here. Uh, I think this is a fairly easy one to predict here.
I think so. We both have Baltimore on the board. It's a division game, they're rivals. It's going to be a little closer than the 9.5 point spread, I think. But in my opinion, we will see MVP Lamar come out and show us why he deserves another trophy.
Yeah, I agree, but it's weird because usually you see the Baltimore Ravens as this great team. They were only 12-5 this year, so
That's a
they've
tough
had better
division, though.
seasons. They've had better seasons, but I still think it's the Pittsburgh Steelers with washed up Russell Wilson as their QB. Um,
I,
I don't think they get the win here at all.
no. Let's move on to Sunday here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Who you
Okay,
got first here?
Sunday. The home team Buffalo Bills in cold ass Buffalo versus the Denver Broncos. Um, Buffalo, the 8.5 point favorites here. Once again, another no brainer. I think I know I have Buffalo on the board.
I have Buffalo too. I do see. I'm looking at the forecast right now, and there's a lot of. They're gonna miss the snow, but it's gonna be -2. Not too bad. But I think Buffalo's gonna be too strong for the rookie Bo Nix, and yeah,
Yeah, fair.
Buffalo wins this one easily. I think.
To be honest, I at least it's not like last year because last year they had to get some of their fans to come to the arena and shovel snow
That's Bill
just so
Mafia,
they could
baby.
play. That's how you know it's fan base. If the Edmonton Elks played in the middle of a snowstorm and they were that good in the playoffs, I bet that would happen. Especially because we're in
Uh,
Canada and everybody's just nice.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you think
So
Josh Allen shows up, or do you think it'll just be a slow, boring game with the cold weather?
I don't know because I think they're gonna say we want to get to the conference because we lost to the Chiefs last year in the first round or second round. Um, we want to get there and we want to beat them because
Yeah,
they want revenge. So I don't know. I think the Bills come out guns a blazing, and I think they're just gonna walk right through Denver.
I think you're right there. Josh Allen's going to put up 40 points, and it'll
Maybe
be
get a
a boring.
rushing touchdown. Who knows?
Mhm.
Few.
Or two.
Yeah.
I like the odds on betting odds on that one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into the next one. It's gonna be the Green Bay Packers versus the Philadelphia Eagles, the home team Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are currently the favorite at 4.5 points.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I think they faced a lot of criticism this year for having probably one of the easiest schedules of definitely opposing defenses. Um, and it's reflected in their offensive stats.
do you think they
It,
can hold up versus the Packers?
yeah, I think they can. They're they're preparing to face stronger defenses in the playoffs, and but as you know, their offense is good. They got Jalen Hurts, he's a stud. They got multiple other guys, so I think they can get it done here.
I think you're right there, buddy.
Yeah.
Question in that game is obviously we found out Christian Watson ACL. He's probably done for the year. Is AJ Brown going to play with a knee injury, or
Oy,
oh,
I don't
what kind
know.
of game are we going to get? I
That's
could
that's
see
the
the
one thing.
Packers sneaking one out, but I'm with you on Philadelphia here.
I think it's going to be a slow game, but I think at the end of the day, Philadelphia is going to take it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. This is an unlikely matchup. Last year, I did not think I'd be saying this. It's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the visiting Washington Commanders. Yeah,
Jaden
you heard
Daniels,
me right.
baby.
The Washington Commanders. Last year, they were at like the bottom of the standings, correct?
They were pretty low, yeah.
Yeah. So, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are currently the 3-point favorites. I got Tampa Bay on this one.
You're going Baker Mayfield in Tampa season, eh?
I don't know. I don't know if the Commanders have enough like willpower to go through the playoffs because this. When was the last time they made the playoffs?
Oh, I can't even give you the answer off the top of my head.
Exactly. Exactly.
Here's a question I got for you. Baker Mayfield was third in passing yards behind Joe
Mm-hmm.
Burrow and Jared Goff,
Yep.
and he was tied for second in passing touchdowns with Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow was first. Do you
Mm-hmm.
think Baker Mayfield has a shot at the MVP?
To be honest, maybe
Like
because
the numbers are there, and his TD ratio
does
isn't as bad as normal.
does MVP matter if you make the playoffs or not?
It's not supposed to, but it does seem to hinder on voters.
So I don't think Joe Burrow does it then because the Bengals did not make the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with you. His
But
stats are something else.
I think I feel like Lamar gets MVP though.
I think so too. I think,
Yeah.
but they are saying,
Especially if he wins a Super Bowl.
especially if he wins the Super Bowl, but voters have
1000%.
already voted apparently.
Yeah.
So
Who knows?
I'm trying to pull up the betting odds here. Looks like no, it's just Super Bowl MVP. I can't seem to find it right now. We'll have to get back to that. But
Yeah.
I think the Commanders are going to put up a fight, and Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin are going to put on a show and give us
Yeah.
another heroic victory by 1 point, or a Hail Mary, or a field goal. But I think this might be the most exciting game of Wildcard Weekend.
This is about to sound like my Madden 24 franchise with the this is about to sound like my Madden 24 career with the Washington Commanders when I like dropped like 80 points with them in one game.
That would be quite the playoff game. Shall we move on to our last wildcard game?
Sorry, 1 second. I'm not hearing you right now.
No? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Testing. There we go. Okay, wait. I think we're back.
Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go. Okay, now we're back. Sorry, technical difficulties, everybody. Okay, where were we? Yeah, Washington, Tampa. I think Tampa takes that all day.
Did you hear my prediction for Washington? I don't know where you lost me.
I think I lost you right after Hail Mary.
Okay. Yeah, I think it'll be another exciting game where Washington squeaks out just a one score game, last minute Hail Mary, last minute field
Yeah,
goal, something exciting.
I wouldn't be surprised to be honest. And then we got the home team LA Rams. Might not be the home team game. Actually, I'll let you take this, Beefnips.
So Monday night playoff football, we got the Rams, my LA Rams, at home versus the Minnesota Vikings. With the game potentially being played in Glendale with the current LA fire situations.
So that
So
is the Cardinals stadium,
that
correct?
is the Cardinal Stadium, correct? So a neutral ground here could make a
So
big change.
so what is closer for distance? Would it be the Vegas arena or would it be the Cardinals arena?
Um, that's a great question. Let's
Because
look at a map here.
if Allegiant was closer, I would have done it at Allegiant. to be honest.
They're probably about the same. But I
Yeah.
bet you Allegiant has a event or something going on though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But
So it's neutral ground. We got Rams, Vikings. Could be
do
no
you
crowd
think
factor.
do you think all the Rams fans make the trip out to Arizona?
I wouldn't say all. There's probably if the game is moved, I'm sure there's a lot more things on their minds. But
1,000%.
it'll be interesting to see what kind of impact the move could have on the game.
I feel like there's going to be a bit more Minnesota fans to kind of take advantage of that situation. But imagine how heroic it would be to get a LA Rams versus LA Chargers Super Bowl
That would be pretty wild.
in the
In New
current
Orleans,
situation.
yeah, Battle of LA.
But in the current situation that is happening with the wildfires, that would just be kind of poetic because it's like LA's getting wildfires, but they're getting a Super Bowl too. So
Yeah,
who
Ford Field,
knows?
right?
Yeah.
Who do you got in this game, Jordy?
Minnesota is the 1 point favorites. I am not taking them because of the odds. I'm taking them because look at the records. 14-3. Minnesota lost 3 games this season, while the Rams lost 7. So they're 10-7. Minnesota was 14-3. I'm gonna take the Minnesota Vikings all day.
I'm going to battle back with you on the schedule here. Of those 3 losses, the LA Rams were one of them. The LA Rams also started 1-4 to the season and are the hottest team coming in to this playoff matchup. You got to go Rams.
I don't know. I'm still taking Minnesota also because they are the 1 point favorites.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one, I think. You got Justin Jefferson, Sam Darnold. Is he going to see ghosts in the red zone again this week? I sure
Wouldn't be
hope so.
surprised.
But he didn't look right last week against the Lions, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of pressure the Rams D can put on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So we
that's
did our wild card previews there.
yeah.
Super
The
Bowl
two
matchup.
So the 2 teams that got a bye were the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. Wow. This is I want to read this a little piece on the Lions. The Lions have had an exceptional season with a 15-2 record, clinching the NFC's #1 seed. Their potent offense, led by quarterback Jared Goff, stud former Ram, has led them to being the highest scoring team in the league. This success has generated optimism about their potentials to secure their first Super Bowl victory. Does anyone remember the hype that was around the Lions winning last year against the Rams?
Oh yeah.
I sure as hell I remember it. I know Uncle Beefnips was pissed about that one. But no, screw it. I had a team penciled in for my Super Bowl win, but I'm changing it.
Changing it as we're doing the show live.
Yep.
So I take it you're taking one of those #1 seeds.
I will let you know. I will let you know. Yeah, so before we get to our Super Bowl predictions here, how does reseeding work in the NFL?
So every round, if say one of the 7 seeds upsets a 2, the
Mm-hmm.
higher seed will always play the lowest seed. So the 1 will play the 7. There's no bracket or anything like that, like you see in other leagues.
So, like, if Denver beats Buffalo, that means Denver plays the Chiefs.
Exactly.
But
So
then
it'll
if,
always
like,
be the lowest seed will play the highest seed.
but if, like, Pittsburgh beats Baltimore, but Buffalo wins, that would mean that they play Kansas City.
Yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
That's a little weird, but I like it better. So you give that higher seed the advantage the whole way through playoffs to the Super Bowl. And the higher seed also always gets home field advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, with that in mind, let's get our Super Bowl predictions here. I do
You
want
want
to
to lead the
say
way?
this. The Chiefs are on a bye, but they could have went 16-1 this season. They did put in their backups, so whatever. But the Chiefs could go for a three-peat here. Led by Patty Mahomes and Travis Kelce, Isaiah Pacheco, who is a stud, are aiming to secure their third consecutive Super Bowl victory, a feat that would solidify their dynasty status. Their season has been marked by numerous close games via the refs, with 11 of their wins decided by 1 point or one score, showcasing their quote-unquote resilience and clutch performance. I don't think it's resilience. I think it's the refs getting paid off. And all the Taylor Swift fans won't know about the refs getting paid off. They'll just be like, oh, the team won. It's like, no. The other teams got screwed.
I get you.
Yeah. Okay. Beefnips.
So
What's your
Chiefs going? Are the Chiefs going for a three-peat here or no?
No.
No, you don't have them in your finals, eh?
I originally did, and I swapped them out. I made my
Dang.
case for the Buffalo Bills.
Wow. Buffalo Bills in the AFC. I got Baltimore. I
Ooh.
think Lamar is going to be too good. He's going to continue to play throughout playoffs and show us why he deserves his third MVP.
You think they beat Detroit?
I do. I really do.
Okay. Now, who is your NFC?
My NFC team. So, with Washington upsetting Tampa Bay, Washington is going to go into Detroit, second round. And I think the Lions will still come out of that.
Yeah.
However, it's going to propose a potential LA versus
Detroit.
Philadelphia matchup. The Rams will
Ooh.
beat Philadelphia.
Ho, ho.
The Rams will go into Detroit. And
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stafford will not lose again in Detroit.
Wow. You're saying the LA Rams go all the way to the Super Bowl.
To play the Ravens.
So let me rephrase. When I say they beat Detroit, I meant to say that Baltimore beats Kansas City.
In the AFC, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now my NFC. I'm kind of with you until we get to the conference. I think Tampa. So that means let's see this. My predictions. I had Philly, and I'm just trying to find this here. Philly, Tampa, and the Minnesota Vikings. I said so that Philly was going to beat Green Bay, Tampa was going to beat them, and the Vikings were going to beat them. So that would mean
You'd have Detroit, Minnesota, and Philly,
yeah.
Tampa in the second round.
So I would think that Philly kills Tampa.
Yeah.
And Minnesota gets absolutely mauled by Detroit.
Third game of the season between those two. That would be a barn burner.
And then in the conference, you got Philly and Detroit. My opinion here is that the Philadelphia Eagles get beat by the Detroit Lions. And
so you
the
have
Detroit Lions go to the Super Bowl
versus the Buffalo Bills. Okay, Jordy, time's here. Who do you got winning that game? Who's your Super Bowl winner?
I say the Detroit Lions win the Super Bowl.
Wow, they get it done.
I think they get it done in overtime.
Overtime. Oh, that would be a Super Bowl to remember, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I myself have the Baltimore Ravens beating the LA Rams in the Super Bowl this year.
And you would probably be pissed about that if it
I
happens,
was,
but
hey, I got my one Super Bowl. I'm happy. It would be a very unlikely turn of the season how after going 1-4, but
and my team got screwed out of the Super Bowl last year, so
the Chiefs just didn't want to play you guys.
like
Play the Bengals, yeah.
no, they actually got screwed out of the Super Bowl though. How do you
Yeah,
that was screwy, man.
yeah.
I'm still pissed about that. And then my team doesn't even make the playoffs this year. Because 95% of the team is hurt. And it's
Yeah,
like, are you joking? You're
that's football.
joking. I'm just looking at that. They were the bottom of the NFC West. Oh god. Even the Cardinals had a better record than them. Oh my
Yeah,
god. 6-11. Purdy was injured for the last few games. Kittle was injured for the last few games.
it didn't matter.
Oh
You guys
man.
done well before then.
Yeah. No, I think we come back next season and they bring in they got some firepower because then they'll have guys that want to get revenge because they don't want to go 6-11 again.
Well, hey, I guess we'll have to
Healthy
do a season.
CMC. They'll
I
have a
don't think
healthy
CMC is
CMC.
ever going to be healthy.
Well, a playable CMC.
There you
Like a healthy Brock Purdy and a healthy George Kittle. I'll take that.
go. Keep whining, Niner fan. Well, I
Yeah,
guess
you're
maybe we'll have to do a preview show next year, and
1,000%.
we'll do a review of our Super Bowl predictions. And
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
thanks a lot for having me, Jordy Mack.
Now I wanna get your opinion on this. Do you want to come on the Jordy Mack show for the Royal Rumble predictions?
Oh, let's go.
You
I'm gonna watch the Raw episode right now. I just missed it, so
you can get a shot at my predictions championship.
let's go. I want
You're
in.
in? Perfect.
I'm in.
Okay, you heard it here first. Beefnips joins Jordy and Shanzi for the Royal Rumble predictions. Okay, thank you
Let's
everybody
go.
for listening. Beefnips, do you have anything else to add?
Just what a football season it was. Thanks again for having me, and I can't wait to be on the Royal Rumble preview show.
Perfect. Okay. For Jordy Mack and Beefnips, in the meantime and in between time, stay classy, everybody. Thank you so much.